From heads of state to presidents and of course our very own Prime Minister, some of our country's most paramount meetings happen here at Parliament. We are in our nation's capital of Ottawa, and we found a master of meeting planning who's agreed to meet me here. What better place to start off our show than nation's capital of Ottawa? This is the series for meeting planners, but of course, planned with the help of meeting planners. And I have with me today what I call a master meeting planner, and that of course is Jeanna Andre-Murdie with the House Group, a global accounts manager. Hello and welcome.
Good morning, thank you.
It's a delight to have you here.
Thank you very much.
Would you consider yourself a master meeting planner?
I think that I would. At this point, I'm certainly getting my feet are no longer green in site selection, and I spent a good deal of time in the hotel side of things before I started with site selection. So I certainly know both sides, and I have worked for a nonprofit as well. So
awesome. Well, although this is our first show, we're already looking ahead, and when we look ahead, we think of the future generations, right? So the future of meetings, of course, will be millennials. So by 2025, 81% of meeting planners and 75% of delegates will be millennials, the Y generation. So in the context of meetings and conventions, as a meeting planner, what do you see as the difference between millennials and non-millennials?
well, for my clients, what I'm really noticing is that that old adage of sitting around at tables and listening to a talking head is really going out. People want collaboration, they want to have education, they want face-to-face time to talk with their colleagues, talk about best practices, talk about what's great for them, and maybe what's working on a provincial level or a national level, however those things come together. But sitting there listening to an expert is not really something that's going to be happening too much anymore.
So clearly the expectations are different. Millennials
Absolutely.
want shorter presentations, they want more immersive experiences, they want to be part of the show.
Yes.
So how do you plan or how do you plan for millennials all the while for the older generations and trying to make everyone happy? Or can you?
Well, I think you can make everybody happy by bringing them together. And when you have that time together, then things become clearer, you have things solved. Social media is fabulous, but face-to-face time is really what brings us together as an association or a corporation or whatever to get those ideas off the mark.
We started the show on Parliament Hill earlier today, and really the baby boomer generation is the one that demanded the legalization of marijuana, but
Right.
the millennials are said to be the ones that actually made it happen, sort of, breaking that vote. So in the context of meetings and conventions, how will the legalization of marijuana on July 1st impact the industry?
I don't know that it will have a huge impact in terms of day-to-day life, but it's certainly something that I think hotels will have to grapple with. Just like cigarettes were at one point, I think that there has to be some parameters of what's allowed and what's not. I know with the hotels will have to put that in place, as well as convention centers, and ensuring that it's comfortable for everybody that's attending the conference. If that is something that you enjoy or want to partake in, that it's done at the right time, in the right place.
So fast forward to say 2030
Yes?
or beyond, what does that conference look like?
I think the conference of tomorrow will depend on the clients and their needs. As a site selector, I can only recommend the best option for them and mitigate that risk out of it. But I think the conventions of the future will be much more high-tech, obviously. As high-tech continues to evolve, artificial intelligence would probably come into that. Virtual, who knows? I mean, I think the expansive of the technology side of things will really shape the future, and I think that goes without saying.
So, that's a good question. Many say that technology is threatening the meetings industry, that it's taking away from the face-to-face interactions. Do you agree?
I think it can, but I think that there's so much value in face-to-face meetings, and that's why conventions continue to go. Without that human-to-human interaction, there's something lost. A conference call or a video conference call can give you lots, but maybe just those side conversations or those relationships that are forged on the convention or the conference that you're away with your colleagues allows you to create more synergies between those departments and create new ideas to come from them.
So as a meeting planner, how do you stay relevant in this industry?
I stay relevant to my clients by making sure that I am ensuring that their contracts are solid. Regardless of what hotel or convention center or place that they go to, I work all over the world. Contracts are really something that unless you speak legalese, unless you speak hotel language, it can get lost on some people. And it's my job to make sure that I am giving them fair and balanced contracts so that they can enjoy their conference worry-free.
What's the best advice you've ever been given?
Oh, goodness. My dad was in sales his entire life. There's two pieces of good advice. He once told me, find what interests your client and let them talk about it. And you never have to be apologetic for being well-dressed.
That's very sweet. And you're very well dressed.
Oh, thank you.
It's been a treat. Thank you for being
Thank you
here.
very much.
Thank you for watching. And of course, subscribe, share, leave a comment. Let us know what you'd like to see on an upcoming episode. Thanks for watching.